I'm Chuck Wobegon, the Stearns County Park Director, and one of the minor parties in organizing this event. We're basically combining two trails, the Central Lake State Trail and the Wobegon Trail, to create a 125-mile continuous off-road blacktop bike trail, the longest in the country according to the Lake Wobegon Planning Commission. We're here at Osakis to celebrate this event. We're going to drive a green spike, a railroad spike, right down here, right by my foot, and we're going to have Congressman Peterson and Garrison Keeler and a commissioner from each of the 6 counties helping drive this spike. Then after we do that, we're gonna cut ribbons. We're going to have continuous music here until the ceremony starts about 3. Congressman Peterson's going to fly in from Marshall. He's got the courtesy car over there at Sauk Center Airport. He's going to zip right over here, and as soon as he gets here, we're going to be snipping and clipping.
His glory may not see.
My name's Gloria Stevenson. I work for Todd County. I was the individual who wrote the grants. It's my job to secure the funding for the Todd County portion of the Lake Wobegon Trail, the federal and then the DNR grants. My job also was to make sure that as the project progressed that everything fell into place, and it did. One thing that I would say about this trail is that I think it's just this huge asset to central Minnesota and actually to our nation. It's 120 miles long, and for those people that like to bike 100 miles or more, we have it right here in the middle of Minnesota, and they're great communities. There's a lot of wonderful small towns. I think there's 17 between each end. This celebration is, or dedication is to celebrate the completion of all of the trail, and well, it's all done, and it's a great asset to central Minnesota, that's for sure.
My name's Bobby McGee from St. Cloud, Minnesota, and we took the nice day to come out here in beautiful Osakis and enjoy the festivities, see the Wobegon Trail. This is a beautiful Minnesota day, and what better place to be than in small town Minnesota, right in the heart of the Minnesota wonderful culture and country.
My name is Ralph Levine. I'm president of Osakis Onward. In the past 5 years, we've been working on the trail. We installed 3 gazebos and picnic furniture, and now we just finished installing a 4-sided clock as the joining of the 2 trails, Central Lakes and Wobegon. All the work that we've done on the trail has been donated money. We've raised it with the people here in Osakis, and it's been astounding as to how much we raised. I think we raised over $50,000 to $60,000.
Okay. Saddle up. Saddle up. We're going to take Osakis.
We're burning daylight, right?
Now you know the way, right?
I often wonder why people feel they need to have a map of the bike trail.
Get them going across the line.
To do a documentary of the trail?
Oh, hey!
Hey, David. Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, Garrison.
Follower. Go over with the lifeline guy.
Yeah,
For the camera.
hey! There it is. Where's Jan?
You made it!
Yes. Hi. Where's Jan?
She was just here.
I wasn't sure whether the time for more of the day that every state takes.
I missed.
That every state takes.
I don't see that.
Well, I'm originally from Lake Wobegon, Parkers Prairie, Minnesota. And I today live in Key West, Florida. And I listened to him down there. I started listening to Garrison probably 30 years ago in Boston. And it was something that my husband and I shared because we had a long-distance relationship before we married. He was in Minneapolis and I was in Boston. And we listened for 3.5 years together on Saturday night and would call each other afterwards and laugh at the stupid Minnesota jokes. And we finally got together at the dedication of the Fitzgerald Theater, and we were married that weekend. So, great time, great day. I wish everybody else was out here. I think the crowd's going to fill up and all the chairs will fill. Good music, Garrison type music. There was already a rhubarb pie eating contest, which I believe one of the choristers who just finished singing won. So it's a typical Lake Wobegon day. beautiful August day with warm summer skies, beautiful blue skies.
It's a wonderful time to have the opening of this trail, which has been looked forward to for a long time. So we're just happy to be here and be a big part of it. Thanks.
This is kind of the missing link between the Wobegon and the Central Lakes Trail. We're celebrating this last 4 miles. This trail now will have links 20 different communities, 5 counties. There's a 120-mile paved trail to get out on for the public now. So this is a critical link, and we're just happy we're invited.
You got to pop that once was my home, so why not take all of me? Play your cats.
With all the hot air.
Come on, get on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark Sockery, Stearns County Commissioner, and it's my pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies today for this very, very special occasion, a joint duct tape ceremony. Central Lakes and Lake Wobegon Trail dedication and duct tape cutting. Welcome and thank you to everyone who has made this very special day happen in Lake Wobegon. Thank you to all citizens of the area that work to provide these beautiful trails for outdoor enjoyment, exercise, and transportation. Congressman Colin Peterson for securing federal high-priority funds, $280,000 for the last 4 miles of trail. And they call that last segment the Forgotten Four, but it'll never be forgotten again. The congressman will be here around 3 o'clock, so we'll try to get him on just a little bit later. Right now I'd like to invite up Forrest Bowe, Division Director of Trails and Waterways, Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, for providing DNR grants for the Lake Wobegon and Central Lakes Trails and for operating Central Lakes Trails. Forrest Bowe, are you here? Come on down. Here's the guy that made it happen.
Well, that's not quite true about making it happen. Certainly, the Department of Natural Resources provided some funding for this, but these are the folks that made it happen. Those are the folks that deserve the round of applause. So back to you guys. You know, we're really excited to be here. First of all, thank you for inviting us. This is a critical link, the Forgotten Four. We've got 55 miles of Central Lakes Trail back here to my left, and 50 or 65 miles, I think, of the Wobegon. So you put those two together, you got 120 miles of blacktop paved trail for users throughout the state. I also understand there's like 20 communities that comes together with this missing 4 miles. So the missing link. There we go. Yeah. So in any case, these folks didn't come here to see me or to hear me today, but I certainly appreciate the opportunity to be here, and what a great celebration. I've been to several trail openings this summer. This is by far the biggest, and I'd have to say the best. Awesome.
Thank you, Forrest. And now the Assistant District Engineer for MnDOT District 3 for providing corridor for the Lake Wobegon and Central Lakes Trail. Please welcome Jim Povich. Jim.
These are not ordinary times. Fires have raged in an area filled with water. A bridge can fall down on one of our most important highways. Floodwaters rise in a drought, and we are called to help in one disaster after another. But not today. Today is different. Today there is good news. We gather here today in the warm sunshine of the Wobegon Trail. We are near the last link, known as the Forgotten Four, to cut a ribbon and declare that it is forgotten no more. So while these are extraordinary times, let us gather here today to give thanks and to celebrate the completion of the Forgotten Four on this August 26th date. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim Povich. The state of Minnesota has contributed over $2 million to this entire stretch of trail, and we want to thank them for that. That's right, the people of Minnesota have spoken, and they love their trails. The Central Lakes and Lake Wobegon Trail connects 18 communities from Fergus Falls to St. Joseph and from Albany to Bolus, Minnesota, thus creating the longest paved rail trail in the United States of America. At least according to the Lake Wobegon Planning Department. Many counties have worked for years to make this trail a reality. Let's recognize those counties and any county commissioners and officials from those counties. We're going to have you raise your hand as we do the 6-county call-off. Any representatives from Otter Tail County, please raise your hand. Otter Tail.
Where are they?
Oh, give him a round. There he is. Give him a round of applause. How about Grant County? Grant County. Any reps here? There they are. Douglas County. Any Douglas County reps? There you go. Al Eifert, the park superintendent for Douglas County, was one of the band members, and are they good? Morrison County. Anyone here from Morrison County? Todd County. Any Todd County reps? Retired Commissioner Ted Sorensen was a leader for Todd County. Is Ted here? Todd, I'm sorry. Ted is here. They gave me the wrong name. Ken? Ken. There you go. Ken Sorensen. Is he? Where is he? Let's give him a round of applause. And last but far from least, the guy from Sauk Center, the chair of the Stearns County Board, and other county commissioners from Stearns County. Raise your hand, Stearns County commissioners. There you go. Don Oddie, come on up for a second. Say a quick word. Don never gave up on that final 4 miles, and he wants to just say a friendly hello.
Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fine day. I don't know, maybe you wonder how it got the name The Forgotten Four. One day Dave Simpkins called me into his office and he says, Oddie, we got to get something done about these last 4 miles of the Wobegon Trail. And what we need is a one-liner for that thing. And you know, the next article that came out in the paper was, the headline was The Forgotten Four. And you got to give a lot of credit to Dave Simpkins over here from the Sauk Center Herald. So I think it's really a catchy line that caught on, and everybody, I mean, it got the attention of the state and the federal governments, and you know, we got to get this thing done. Randy Newman's here, I think. He's my counterpart on this trail from Todd County, and Bev Bales would be, touches my county, I think, from Douglas County. So I want to thank them for making this whole connection too. So again, thanks everyone for being here, and thanks everyone for supporting the Forgotten Four, and especially Dave, who got after Oddie here and kicked his butt and says, let's get this thing going. So thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Don Oddie, Chair of the Stearns County Board of Commissioners. We've heard that some people bicycled, hiked, even rollerbladed to Osakis for this celebration. At this time, we'd like to recognize all 18 communities on the trails. If you're from one of the following communities, raise your hands and holler when your city is called. Fergus Falls. Yeah. Dalton. Ashby. Evansville. Brandon. Garfield. Alexandria. Oh. Nelson. Osakis. And special thanks to Jan Moore and citizens of the greater Osakis area for organizing this event. The roll call continues. West Union, Sauk Center, Melrose, Freeport, Albany, Avon, St. Joseph, Holdingford, and Bolus. Let's hear it for all our cities. Thanks to the mayors and city council people from all those cities for helping with this. Thanks to the Bike and Fitness Company of Alexandria and Revolution Cycle from St. Cloud for donating bicycles for today's event. And we couldn't have made it all, it couldn't have happened also without your state legislators. They played a key role in putting this trail together. Those legislators include, and as I call their names, they're going to wave and then we'll hold the applause to the final list, final person, is Bud Norris, Representative Bud Norris. Senator Bill Ingebretson, former Senator Cal Larson, Representative Bud Heidgerken from Freeport is here, Representative Dan Severson, Representative Mary Eleanor Tremba, Representative Larry Hosch, Representative Steve Gottwalt, Representative Larry Hawes, Senator Michelle Fishbach, Senator Terrell Clark is here, Senator Joe Gimsey. Let's hear it for all our state elected officials. And at this time we have several honored guests that are going to come up to the podium now. Please welcome SJU Abbot John Clausen, and the College of St. Benedict Monastery Sister Nancy Bauer is here as well. Did the Viking make it from Alexandria? He's not here, but you know what?
He's lost.
We've got someone almost as well known. Welcome special guest Garrison Keeler. Come on up. Garrison, welcome.
I represent the town of Lake Wobegon, which did not send anybody else to this festive occasion. These are people who came out here about the same time people settled along the trails. Norwegian Lutherans who came after the great herring famine of the 1870s, and who came believing there was a great lake out here, Lake Agassiz, which turned out to be prehistoric and had been for a long time. And German Catholics who came to Lake Wobegon who had misread their maps but who refused to admit it and stayed put. And here we are in Osakis, which marks the boundary between these two warring groups in Minnesota. People who live in peace on the basis of mutual disapproval. I look over here at this paved trail, and I'm not sure what James J. Hill would think. But the empire that he built has been reduced to pavement, and bicycles, I know it would give him pause. I think, though, that it would hurt him even more to know that his Great Northern Railroad had become part of a conglomerate, the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, and that it had left St. Paul to move to Texas. Compared to that, this would have been a small thing. And James J. Hill, though he put in the tracks here and helped to establish these towns, lived in a graceful time in our culture. He was a horse and buggy man, and that's really how he saw the world when he was not on a train. When he drove around St. Paul, Minnesota, he saw it behind a pair of horses, and roughly at about the same speed that the younger people are biking along this Lake Wobegon Trail. The really strange thing to James J. Hill would have been the interstate and the airplanes going overhead, people who look down and see this pattern of green rectangles out in the middle of the country and have no idea who's down there. When you bike on this trail, you get a clearer picture of the country that you live in. You don't see it in a blur going by. You get clear images of America, and I think he would have approved of that. I was so honored when Leo Sand from Albany called me on behalf of the JCs to ask if it would be okay for them to use the name Lake Wobegon. I don't know why he called me. They should have called Mayor Kretzbach in Lake Wobegon, but I think that Leo knew that if he went through official channels in Lake Wobegon, this never would have gotten approved. This thing would have died just through sheer talk for months and perhaps years. Lake Wobegon was opposed to a bicycle trail back when this was built almost 10 years ago, because they were afraid of who it would bring into Lake Wobegon. It would bring people who were driving foreign cars and people who had strange bumper stickers and who had odd hair. But now time has passed and people in Lake Wobegon are coming around to support this because they're getting to be older. They all are, so am I. I just suddenly, a couple weeks ago, without really meaning to, having held it off as long as I could, I became a senior citizen. And when you become older and no longer immortal as you were when you were young, you see the benefits of getting on a bike and riding around up and down this trail and working off the chocolate chiffon pie and doing what you can to preserve your life so that you will be able to know your grandchildren when they are in their 20s and are sort of over themselves and are more interested in the people they came from. That should be your goal now. To live on into your grandchildren's life, and this trail over here is going to help you do that. It'll also give you a closer look at this beautiful countryside that we live in. It will give you a closer look at your neighbors, perhaps a view of them that they would not prefer. You may be looking at the back of their houses instead of from the front, but this is a great connection here to finally connect these two segments, to bring together the Lake Wobegon section of the trail, which represents the work ethic, hard-working people, as some of us were brought up to be, and then the resort people who live up the road, these resort towns like Nelson and Brandon, and where people water ski and do all sorts of other things that we were not brought up to do down at the Lake Wobegon end of the trail. We were brought up with a powerful work ethic. To work, it's good for you. Don't complain about it. Everybody's got to do their share. Don't be a passenger. Don't be a spectator. Pull your share of the load. You're unhappy about this? I'll give you something to be unhappy about. Get busy. That was what we were brought up with. People call it workaholism now. We used to call it dedication. But that's the background that we came from. And then people up towards Alex and Fergus grew up with a whole different view of life, that if you didn't have time to go fishing, you were living the wrong kind of life or you knew the wrong people. So somehow these two philosophies meet here in the missing 4 miles, 4.4 miles, and this is a place where two worlds collide. I got to West Union, which is in Todd County, and had some time to hang around, so I wrote a couple of limericks. A man from the county of Todd believed in hard work and in God, and the wise use of talents, and budgets in balance, and otherwise was sort of odd. A man from the county of Stearns would not drink in bars that had ferns, or use odd liquors, or save the whale stickers, and at all costs avoided left turns. This is a great moment for Central Minnesota. I'm pleased to be a part of it. I hope that you truly enjoy this trail. There'll be people coming up from the cities to use it. Don't mind them. They'll be all right. They'll wear themselves out biking up here, and they'll do you no harm. But the bike trail is really for you. It really is to get away from your life and get outside. My mother used to send us outside when we became obstreperous. I learned the word obstreperous as a small child, usually applied to myself. You kids get out from underfoot. You kids are in my hair, she'd say, and she'd send us out. Especially boys were sent out. We ran around and we played with anything curved, which we made into a pistol. Spent my childhood shooting other boys and arguing about who was dead. Girls stayed inside and played with dolls and worked out their problems in extended family groups and learned how to communicate with each other. I need more of them in our state legislature, if you ask me. But it's good to get outside. It's so simple, but you have to keep reminding yourself that if you work hard, as we all do, and we sit in little cubicles, and we sit and we look at screens, and we answer telephones, the telephones follow us wherever we go. There's no escaping from work anymore. There are parts of Stearns County where cell phone coverage is not the best, and God bless them for it, but the rest of us are victims of work. There is a lot of sadness in life. There are things that we cannot avoid that will bring us down, but there is a lot of gloom that can be solved simply by getting outside on a sunny day and riding your bike up and down this trail. You can do a lot for your disposition out here. And as you sail on down the Lake Wobegon end of this trail, think of those people who came over from Germany, who came over in various waves during the 19th century. They came to America for all sorts of reasons. Opportunity was one of them. But another one was to get away from the insane politics of Europe in the 19th century and the sheer bloodshed that was visited on so many people as old regimes collided in Germany, and princes and rulers, people with plumed helmets, strutting up and down with swords at their side, thought nothing of sacrificing young men for their own pride. They left all of that. They didn't want to get involved in those battles between principalities and states and empires. They came to America in search of peace, and they found central Minnesota. This was a paradise to them. This is a paradise in central Minnesota. They found the peace they were looking for. They came here on this train, down this very route, and now you will pedal up and down it in both directions, much slower than James J. Hill intended. But think of them as you come through. Now I'm just here to hold the microphone for Colin Peterson. You understand that? But I wonder if you wouldn't have it in you to sing a song, all of you together, gathered here in the bright sunlight. Thinking of it as I was biking in from West Union. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, which we don't have around here, majesty. Across a fruited plain, America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Let's sing this in sort of this key right here.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plain. grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Hold that chord, oh beautiful, for patriots dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. Oh beautiful.
Oh beautiful for patriots
that sees beyond the earth,
that sees beyond the
thine alabaster cities gleam,
thine alabaster cities
undimmed by human tears.
Undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Hold that note there. Oh, beautiful for pilgrims' feet whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. So beautiful for pilgrims' feet.
Oh, beautiful for
whose stern impassioned stress
whose stern impassion
a thoroughfare for freedom beat.
A thoroughfare for freedom
across the wilderness.
Across the wilderness. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Sing one last verse for our young men and women who are half a world away, fighting for their country. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and liberty than life. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved.
Oh, beautiful for
in liberating strife,
in liberating
who more than self their country loved,
who more than self their country loved, and liberty and life. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
just hum me one verse here. So beautiful. Have a great day.
Thank you, Garrison Keeler. And now, a warm welcome for Congressman Colin Peterson, a great friend of trails and farmers and transportation funding. Colin, come on down.
Seems like every time that I do one of these, I have to follow Garrison. That's a hard act to follow. So,
Consider yourself lucky, Carl.
what's that?
Consider yourself lucky.
You know, you still haven't invited my band to play on your show. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody. We've been working on this for a long time. When was it that we were in Albany? 10 years ago, maybe? So it took us a while. Oh, there we go. I'm not used to these old, new-fashioned microphones. It took us a while to get this done, but you know, it's a great thing that we've got this trail connected up, and I drove up from Sauk Center and saw all kinds of people, some of them going with the wind like crazy, and some of them going against the wind pretty slow. But these trails have been a great thing, and I just want to commend a couple of our congressmen in Minnesota who have been key for getting the funding in place at the federal level so that we can access it. I did my part, and was a small part, along with all the other people that were involved, but Marty Sabo, who's now retired, and Jim Oberstar really deserve the credit, not just in the state, but in the whole country, for putting these programs in place and making this kind of thing available to citizens, not only in Douglas and Todd and Stearns County, but all over the country. So I want to commend them for the work that they've done and continue to do in the case of Jim. You know, he's now the chairman of the Transportation Committee, and he's making sure there's even more funding for bike trails around the country. So I'm just pleased to be here. Congratulations to everybody, and I guess we got, do we have further to go? We have to get to Fergus Falls yet? Or, yeah, I mean, we got to get this trail going all the way here eventually. So anyway, great crowd. Congratulations to everybody, and thanks for inviting me.
Thank you, Colin. And now we have a couple of very special tokens of appreciation. If we could call Garrison Keeler back on stage, along with Abbot John Clausen from St. John's University and Sister Nancy Bauer, College of St. Benedict's. Cliff Borgerding has a little something special that they can take with them as they use the trail in future days. So come on up. Is the Abbot still here? Here he comes, and Sister Nancy Bauer, College of St. Benedict's, come on up. They're kind of special guests here today, and Cliff has something.
St. Benedict's Monastery.
St. Benedict's Monastery, and the Prius. That's sort of like Mother Superior, Prioress, thank you. And right now I'll let Cliff Borgerding present a walking stick. Now I've got something extra special for Garrison, so you can hold off on that one and make sure our congressman gets a walking stick. Okay, would you hand those out now? There you go. Yeah, that's right. And this one goes to Colin Peterson, Cliff, right over here. Oh, you have one more.
Oh yeah, we got one.
He had a couple waiting in the wings. So Garrison, you get one of those walking sticks as well as a very special plaque.
Thank you.
And you'll notice this says Central Lakes Trail and Lake Wobegon Regional Trail. And it's a golden spike. There'll be a spike driven later today by the different elected officials. And it says, to Garrison Keeler, in appreciation of your support for the trails in Minnesota, a pretty decent act of kindness. Sunday, August 26, 2007, Osakis, Minnesota. Thank you, Garrison Keeler.
Miss it. And I missed it anyway. Okay. We got it.
Right, Donnie?
Don't miss.
Everybody gets a whack. Good. Follow. Well, you saved them all the work. Come on, you got to get harder than that. A lot of counties. Two, right?
All right. Who's next?
Oh, try it again. That was a good one. All right.
All right.
Come on. Don't put it all the way in.
Here we go.
Abbott from St. John's. There we go.
stay there,
Come on,
Colin.
Garrison.
Put her down.
Save one for Garrison. Garrison, one more racket. Read one more good one.
It's already
Driver hole.
Driver hole.
Take her all. Kirby buck.
Yeah.
Stand back. Again, hit it again. We don't want any bicycles.
One for J.C. Hill.
Little more, one more for Hill. Hill.
They don't want the groomer to hit her. Got her down.
Start over here on Wobegon. And on which ribbon in front of me? Yeah, let's have it. So we want to do a countdown. Everybody ready? Okay, we're going to count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut the ribbon. Cut the duct All right, now we got to cut money out. Cut some pieces. Just your scissors. Right that way, Mark. Make sure everyone's in the picture. There you go. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut the duct tape. Workers stop. Workers stop.
Well, it winds from St. Joseph to Osakis. More than 44 miles along the way. Set sail on the Wobegon Trail. Now you go through St. Joseph, Collegeville and St. John's, and Avon City Beach is mighty pretty on the sea. Downtown Albany, Freeport and Old Melrose, Memoryville, Sauk Center, don't forget West Union. Then you come to beautiful Osakis in view. Get hip to this timely tip. When you're on your westward cycling trip, set sail on the Wobegon Trail. Hip to this timely tip. When you make that westward cycling trip, set sail on the Wobegon Trail. Set sail on the Wobegon Trail. Set sail